So I'm Jam.
I'm Cons.
We are two bros interested in finance. So before we all start, I think we didn't do this in the last episode, that our very first episode, the pilot episode. A disclaimer saying we are not professional. This is not financial advice. We are just interested in it, and we just like to share our opinions with people around us. And also, we decided to do that with internet lately. So yeah, that's why we are here.
Important information when we
So
start.
how was your week in general? Just tell me, how was your week?
Yeah, I had a great week, honestly. I think my portfolio done really
Yeah.
great lately. Yeah, so I really can't complain. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. It's crazy what's happening. 1st January, the whole month. Crazy, crazy, right? I think we're gonna talk about the German index and how it's been going
We are
up.
definitely going to talk about
Uh,
German index because German index has been like I have investments in Germany.
yeah,
I'm like 80% up on my Rheinmetall. So yeah, German index going up is good for me, but I'm a bit scared about Rheinmetall. Okay, so as I told you, Monty wants to go out, so I'm just gonna let him.
no worries.
If he wants to go out, if he wants to come back, I'm not gonna let him because he decided to go out one time. So okay, so what else did you do this weekend? Sorry.
Uh, Activity-wise, not much. Yeah, just watching my portfolio. I haven't really made any buys or sells, but I think like you, the trigger finger is a little bit ready. Maybe for you on
Yeah.
Rheinmetall, maybe for me on some other stocks. But yeah, it's crazy, right? The DAX, what has already achieved 15% year to date. It's
Yeah.
outperforming everything right now, all the other indexes, right? Maybe China. I actually don't know what the return there is, but
I
definitely beating
think
the
I
S&P
think
500.
Amsterdam index has been going well as well, to be
Ooh,
fair.
I have no idea about that, honestly.
Yeah, no, because I have ASML, right? Because I buy every company from their country, kind of. I try to do that all the time.
hmm
Like, I don't buy ASML from New York, but I buy it from Amsterdam.
hmm
Or if I want to buy Bank of America, I don't buy it from Zetra. I buy it from New York again.
hmm
Like these kind of things. Um, so only if I want to buy Chinese stocks, I buy it from Americans.
Yeah,
Because you know
honestly,
how I
those are
feel about
probably the
China. Yeah.
safest. Even if you do like, or you want to invest in Chinese stocks, probably the smartest way to invest in stocks that are also listed in the United States, I think.
Yeah, for example, we talked about Xiaomi last week, and if Xiaomi is not listed in New York, it's only listed in Hong Kong. Or like, I think Hong Kong, that's what we can see. I don't think we can see Shanghai. I think we
Mm,
can only buy from Hong Kong.
I think you might be right there. I actually have no idea, to be honest, because I just
Yeah,
buy.
I think because like Hong Kong is the connector to the world of the
Mm,
Chinese stock market. I think there's this like some sort of a connection thing. And yeah, other than that, anything else? Like any non-financial activities, zero?
no, not much, man. Busy with university at the same time. All right.
Mm.
As are you. Yeah. Yesterday went bowling, so that was fun, I guess, with a couple of friends.
Yeah, I've been just like I had one class called I don't know if I mentioned you this. I had one class called public health, which lasts 3 weeks, and ophthalmology, which lasts 3 weeks as well. And they are quite like chill subjects. So like for the last 6 weeks, including this week, I have been only chilling. And today is Sunday. Tomorrow I'm gonna start gynecology.
Ooh.
That's gonna be tough. So I'm not looking forward to it, but it's nice that it's kind of going to give me a purpose to go back to the studying life again. But yeah, let's see, because at the end I kind of also feel empty that I'm
hmm
not doing anything.
Yeah.
Just like
You
chilling
get
kind of
bored really
feels.
quickly, right? If you don't
Yeah,
have,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I'm extremely bored. But
And
other
there's only
than
so
that,
many times you can look on your portfolio a day.
yeah, I know, I know. Like I go crazy because this week I've been following Google a lot because I told you I'm not gonna buy Google if it's more than 182. It still did not drop the 182. Hopefully it drops the 182 this week so I can buy it. Do I believe that it's gonna drop? Yes, I do, but gotta wait. So
Yeah, I'm
let's
really patient on
start.
this one as well, to be honest. Like,
Yeah,
I was really debating last week to buy some. I think it dropped it like, I don't know where your order is, but I thought I saw it drop to like 182.80 or 70. So I don't
it
know,
did, it did, it
something
did.
like that.
182.64 or something. Yeah,
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 around
yeah,
there. But I always told myself 182.
yeah.
But I did this with ASML as well. I don't know if you remember. I always told you because we've been talking about, right? Below 800, even below 900, ASML is cheap. We always said that to
Yeah.
each other, right? And then I told you, I am not gonna buy ASML if it's more than 655 euros around that price.
Mm.
And it dropped, like my average was like what on ASML, like 630 or something. So my
624, I
ASML
think.
636.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought
So
I had it
like
differently in mind.
me waiting and patience always pays off for me. So I'm waiting for Google as well and Bank of America, but we'll get to those. So I want to start with some macroeconomical updates,
Let's
which I
go.
believe that quite important. Of course, like German news, German updates on inflation, UK updates on inflation, they're all important. Like these are like big countries. They have huge impact on the world's economy, but they're not America. Let's be fair,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So this week, I mean, last Wednesday, February 12th, inflation came, like the CPI values
Hmm.
came in US, they are increased. So Fed kind of said, not kind of said, but I feel like they said that more or less, that they are going to slow down lowering interest rates, which is
Hmm.
bad for the market because why would you want to risk your money if you can just like hold it into interest rate? Uh, as a retail investor, that's how you would think. But whales, of course, they know the reality that like interest rate doesn't make you any money, but still the money can stay away from the market. You can always like buy bonds. You can always like buy some like money funds, money market funds. So rather than just buying the stock itself, you might just like put your money into money market funds and just get nightly interest on your money.
Hmm.
So this was a bit sad, but also they said some good things about crypto, which caused crypto market not to crash. Because after this CPI value, crypto market should have crashed, but did not crash that much. They said that they are open to buy Bitcoin or just in general cryptos as a national reserve if the bill passes from the Congress, which Trump always promised during his run for president. So yeah, this is about it. Other than that, for BlackRock, I think it was BlackRock, or I'm not sure, or One Eck or something. I'm not sure. One of the fund managers said they have Ethereum ETFs, like Bitcoin ETFs, but they
Hmm.
are not allowed to stake their Ethereum into Ethereum staking program, which has huge interest rate. I would say maybe like even 3%, which I'm not sure about. Actually, I kind of want to check. Uh, interest staking rate, right? Staking rate. Let's say, yeah, 5.33.
Hmm.
Amazing staking rate. If SEC allows Ethereum ETFs to be able to stake their Ethereums into that, that would change Ethereum market. Because of
Hmm.
that, Ethereum pumped a bit. Am I pronouncing it right? Ethereum? I don't know. Every,
Ethereum, I don't know, bro.
everyone knows it. Everyone
Yeah.
knows what I'm talking about. So and this is about America and crypto. I don't think that there's not much to tell about crypto anymore because like the crypto market lately is just on the side or neutral.
It's
So I don't want
very,
to talk much about the crypto market anymore. Most of my investments are in the crypto market. When it gets exciting, we'll talk about it.
yeah,
And I
maybe I'm just
wanna
looking. Sorry. Yeah, continue now.
well, no, go,
No,
because I'm
because
gonna move to
you
UK now.
mentioned Ethereum right now, right?
Yeah,
And I'm just looking like short-term wise might be a good investment, right? It's like situated at at a nice resistance right now. So actually it
yeah.
looks kind of attractive at 2,600.
No, I'm telling you, I think, of course, not a financial advice. This is what I think. I'm not a professional. I
Never
think
financial advice.
Ethereum should hit like every other cryptocurrency. I always tell you, bull runs are known to have all-time highs. Ethereum still didn't touch its all-time high. We talked about this last week
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, yeah,
So I
exactly.
think Ethereum has huge potential still. So if you buy Ethereum right now, there is no reason for you not to make 350%.
Yeah. Yeah, can definitely
So
happen in the
which
next
is
couple
not
of years.
bad at all,
Yeah, yeah, of course not. Of course not. Yeah.
you know? So this
But
is
go
what I think.
by the way, going back to the CPI
Yeah.
and interest rate cuts, from my knowledge, like it was already kind of teased, right? That they don't want to cut the interest rates even before the
Yeah, so
CPI index.
last year in 2024 they lowered it quite a lot.
Yeah, yeah. And then they
Like
wanted to
nearly
stagnate it,
nearly
right?
nearly every meeting they missed some meetings, but like nearly every meeting they cut it.
Hmm.
Before they started, I think it was the last meeting of 2024, which I'm not sure about, and I don't want to give wrong information, but they clearly said we can slow down cutting the interest rate.
Hmm.
We can slow down lowering it because it seems like we are doing it too fast, which they are doing it. And with this CPI value, I feel like they're going to slow down more.
Hmm.
I mean, I would much prefer a stable economy for America because American economy is related with like the global economy at the end.
Hmm.
I would much rather prefer a stable American economy than cutting interest rates so fast and just like skyrocketing of the inflation. I wouldn't prefer that.
Yeah, I don't really know, man. I don't really know what the like because like we know it, right? Interest rates are stagnating, right? CPI was higher than expected, but what is the market doing? It's doing absolutely nothing. It just continues its
Yeah,
way. So
that's the
it's
thing. I think maybe the day CPI came out, market did not even react that much at
I don't
all,
think
nearly.
I don't, honestly at this point sometimes I think like it don't matter what anybody says, like
Yeah,
CPI index or interest rate cuts. It can go either way. It's at this point a gamble, but I don't know. The market keeps going up to whatever news come out, right? I don't think the news, right, with the stagnation of the interest rate, I don't think that's too bad, honestly. You can stagnate, it's fine. And I think the market took it quite well, really well.
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
I
I
mean,
think
as long
interest,
as yeah. So
I think
say.
I think interest rates even increased again in Germany, as far as I know. Maybe I have the wrong information, but
No. European Central Bank has been cutting interest rates.
oh yeah, no, but sorry, um,
Inflation, you mean?
inflation increased again
Yeah,
in
I'm not
Germany.
sure, but to say so, yeah, I haven't been checking German inflation. Not gonna like, because you guys have more important things going on in your country now, such as the election. Is it next week or it's soon?
23rd, I believe. Yeah, Sunday next week.
Yeah, it's soon. It's soon. So I mean, let's see.
Gonna be
And I
interesting.
wanna quickly move to Europe. Not Europe that much, but UK.
Yep.
So UK's GDP increased. Unlike its competitors in Europe, such as Germany, France, UK's GDP increased. So UK is not in recession anymore.
I actually have no clue about the UK, so I don't even know how bad the recession was, or were they actually
Uh,
in negative growth, or was it just slowed down growth?
not gonna lie, I am not sure if they were in recession, but Germany was in recession, so I'm expecting UK to be in recession as well. Germany is like not technically, and like in the reality,
We
they are
have
in a
negative
recession.
growth. We have negative
Yeah,
growth,
yeah,
like
negative growth for
legit
like the last
negative
four
growth.
quarters. Yeah, it's a
Oh,
legit recession
for 12 quarters, for 12
for
quarters.
12 quarters. Yeah.
Yeah, for 3 years pretty
So
much.
UK at least came out of this recession. Even if they were in, they're not anymore. So UK's GDP increased, but business investments decreased. So business investments are decreasing. Industrial production increased. It's still minus, but they're
Hmm.
minus lowered. So it's previous was
Hmm.
-2%. Now it's -1.9%. So I feel like UK economy is getting better.
So there's a
Uh, and also Europe in Eurozone, things are not going well. Industrial production year to year for December, it was -1.8. Right now it's -2%. So Europe is not going well, as in like European Union. UK is just like getting itself.
Mhm.
US hasn't been doing well. I'm like, I don't know what to expect from this, and
Yeah,
I don't know what
still,
to say about this either.
yeah, I don't know. Like, it's funny because you say like the investment has decreased in UK while at the
Mm.
same time the economy kind of recovers. And then I know that investment, or at least foreign investments in Germany, has increased, but then again the economy is declining, which is, I don't know, very very
I
confusing to
mean,
me.
we are definitely not what's it called, professionals, so we don't really understand finance that much. All I know is, inflation high, interest rates are not gonna be cut. That's bad for the market. That's all the finance I know, and that's what I just wanted to share. So if you
You
wanna continue, you can go on.
yeah, well, at this point, I'm not even sure if that's even legit anymore because, like
Yeah.
saying earlier, I feel like the market really likes to do what it does, right? Like at this point, it's I don't know, it's been very unpredictable. Just keeps going up, man. I don't know, it
Mm.
just keeps going up. Um, I don't know, I'm still debating if there will be a pullback by June this year, but. Like for example, how the DAX has evolved right now,
Mm.
15% up, right?
Yeah, I don't
Um,
understand. Germany is in recession, but the DAX index is going up. Like,
Carried by SAP and Siemens, in my opinion, or largely, right? I mean, if you look at SAP, it's been an absolutely disgusting growth stock
oh yeah, hundred
in the
percent.
last couple of years, and I
Yeah,
think it's overvalued. By the way, I think the PE ratio is quite high nowadays. I was looking at 280, I think now, like 280 euros, and like it's. I think
around
I
there. Yeah,
bought it at like 90, like in 2020, then sold it at 130, 140, and I bought it again actually because it dipped again in after that. I think 2022 maybe, and since then it's just been going up since since then it's just been going up, but I think it's a really expensive stock, and it's a bit overvalued,
I
but I
mean, to
think
be fair, its PE ratio is quite high, but price to sales not that high. It's 9.32 price to sales. So if you look at price to sales, it's okay. If you look at PE ratio, it's really high.
if
Even in
the
2026, PE ratio is 38.94. Let's say 39. This is really high.
I think current one is around 80. No.
No, no, no. Right now, I think it's 103. Next 12 months, it's going to be 46, hopefully. 103. It's over 100.
Over 100, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy for SAP because when I bought it back in, sorry, 2020, The 2020, late 2020 dip, I bought it for PE ratio of 20, 25.
And if you can
So
check
yeah,
the free cash flow of SAP, last quarter their free cash flow was negative. And I don't know, I don't have much idea what SAP is doing in terms of their business, but where's this money going?
I don't know, could be obviously investments, right? Or
Mm,
or I don't know, just increasing its business. But yeah, I don't know. For me, it's really expensive right now. So I'm really looking for this SAP to drop back down to I don't know, 150 euro. I can totally see that. If sales are
yeah,
not keeping it up, um, I feel like they will have a major comeback, dropping low. And I don't know. It's a very expensive stock. But yeah, again, I think it's carrying the DAX, right? Year to
yeah,
date, up 16% as well. And Siemens is an absolute machine as well of a stock. And I
yeah.
think Siemens
No, I
has been
agree.
carrying DAX for the last 20 years, probably anyway. So, um, by the way, interesting company. Siemens, I think, is a good
I
brand
mean,
in Germany.
Siemens, I feel like it's one of those companies that you can't really go wrong with.
Probably not. No, they've been around for
Yeah,
quite a long time and they know what the fuck they're
yeah,
doing, right? So, yeah, I,
yeah. So I'm not. I don't think that. Like, I don't think that Siemens would be a bad buy. To be fair, SAP wouldn't be a bad buy for the next 5 years either, even if you buy it here.
yeah,
But you
it
might
depends.
wait a bit to drop a bit
Yeah,
more, to
exactly. Like
buy
I would
cheaper.
would like to get the cheaper price. 100 PE ratio, that's expensive. Like if you compare it to Google, for example, right,
Hmm.
which trades at like what between 20 and 30, uh,
Yeah.
like at a normal average, right? I prefer Google any day, especially because Google is, I think, a more household name, even though like
Hmm.
we've discussed SAP, I think, last week as well, right? And what
Yeah.
it does, and
Because we
yeah,
were talking about Salesforce as well a bit, so
uh,
we kind of compared them.
but yeah, I think that's my uh, I don't know, man. I think there will be a pullback, 15% in January. I've seen this before with the DAX, and there's always like either slow movement afterwards in the months to come, or like pullbacks, or it's just stagnation. I don't know, like
Yeah.
how much percent can you get in a year from an index? I don't know. We'll see how the
With Dex lately, a lot.
yeah, with DAX lately a lot, but yeah, I don't know, man. Like, where do you think you see the DAX at the end of the year?
I'm not gonna lie. If German economy is in this situation, which is not the best, and Dex is going like this, I don't even want to think about when Germany actually recovers their economy, what's gonna happen to Dex. So, uh, I have hopes for Dex. I don't really see it going down a lot because Germany's economy is actually bad right
Yeah,
now. For Germany, compared to
yeah,
many other countries, you guys are still one of the best. But like for German standards, this is bad.
yeah, because we have an existing economy compared to other countries, but
Yeah,
as for 3 years or 2.5 years in decline, I think it's honestly, in my opinion, it's worse than the Chinese because the Chinese entered a recession for a couple of months as well, but at least
yeah,
they went back into a positive GDP growth. But we are
yeah.
not moving, and I think that's also what maybe politics and our beautiful decisions of what we do in our country. But I don't know. I think the DAX is not really representative of the current economic situation in Germany. Apparently, I
Yeah.
don't know. It's mad.
No, no,
Absolutely.
no, definitely not, definitely not. I'm telling you, if you were to change name Germany with the same economy and everything to, I don't know, let's say Egypt,
Mm.
the Dex would be crashing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So just because it's Germany, DAX is going high because I feel like no matter what, Germany is going to be Germany all the time, and people are believing in this. So yeah, that's what I believe.
I mean, another one, right? We touched on it earlier. Another carrier is
Mhm.
Rheinmetall, right? Like, It's
I
fucking
mean,
crazy. Absolutely nuts, I think. Absolutely nuts.
I mean, Rheinmetall, sorry, my average is 472 euros. Right now, it's 718 euros. I have so
That's good.
much, like nearly 8%, um, nearly 80% plus.
You pretty much bought on the perfect timing as well. What, a couple
Yeah,
euros
but
maybe?
I was
Yeah.
telling you as well. I'm waiting for this price. I was waiting for like 490 or something, and it crashed one
Yeah.
day, and I just bought it.
I mean,
So yeah,
even Rheinmetall is a cheaper stock than SAP at a lower PE ratio of 70. So, but
yeah,
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 it's
yeah. I think so. I think so.
interesting what's happening, right? We're talking about peace, Trump, Putin phone calls or conferences, online conferences. Yeah, general peace talks in the Ukraine, and the stock
That's
surges
one of the
20%.
topics that I wanted to. Yeah, yeah. That's the thing. That's one of the topics that I wanted to touch on. Sorry, I was doing something on my broker finger because I wasn't like 80% plus, but I was like 73% plus. It's not. It's close to 75%, but still
Oh,
huge. Like
that's gotta
with
go
one
there.
trade of mine, I am beating every single index.
Yeah, yeah, that's why this concentration of stocks and maybe handpicking a couple of stocks is probably the wisest idea, right? And getting
Yeah,
those.
yeah. So in terms of Ukraine, because let's be fair, if you have a European, no, I don't want to say European, because UK is one of those countries that, oh no, actually UK as well. UK had problems with Israeli Hamas war. But if you are investing in any, I would say nearly European defense company, that means that they're dependent on Ukrainian war lately.
Hmm.
So let's be clear about this because I don't want any hate comments about this video. Nobody wants war. We don't want war. We are just looking at this pure money making process. We are just
Know what you
buying
mean.
this with pure, like, we believe that this is a good company, good PE ratio, good financials, we buy it. That's what we do. Nobody wants war. I hope the Ukrainian war ends, even if it costs me being 80% in minus. I don't care. I hope all the wars end in the world. But in terms of like the business and like the stocks and financials idea, if you are buying a European defense company, it's dependent on Ukrainian war, more or less. Even though peace talks are going, Putin and Donald Trump are gonna meet in Saudi Arabia for the peace talks. Rheinmetall has been increasing. Like
Yeah, it's
I don't get it because I've been always telling you, Rheinmetall is increasing. It's one of my best positions. Actually, might be the best position of mine. And I always told you, once the Ukrainian war is close to its end, I am going to sell it. I don't need to sell it.
yeah. Honestly, I'm on your side. I don't think it's worth a sell, by the way, just because of these talks. I think if something, I mean, we talked about this a little bit last week as well, right? I think, or at least we touched on it. But like, even
Yeah.
if the Ukraine war ends tomorrow, right? I think the thought of like, oh, we had a European war, the first time since Second World War, since I guess Yugoslavia and maybe Kosovo or something like this.
But they
Um,
were not even like, if you think about it, those are Yugoslavian. They're all civil wars. They're not even like wars of like two different states.
no, exactly. So like this conflict between Ukraine and Russia is pretty much the first conflict like this since World War II, right? And I
Yeah.
think that contributes to the fact that the rearmament of like Germany, right, increasing the military, and USA potentially leaving NATO or
Mm-hmm.
cutting down defense budget for European countries. I think all of these are like pretty strong catalysts for Rheinmetall in the future, and I think it's not gonna go away. Funny thing is actually my brother talked to me the other day, my older brother, and he asked me if we should short Rheinmetall, and I told him, no, absolutely not. I think, yeah, again, like this conflict, this Ukraine-Russia war, just brought like a kind of fear to any other country, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
think the need for armament or protection, self-protection is higher than ever. And everybody now realizes, oh, an actual land-based war in Europe is possible. It's like, oh, it hasn't been there for 80 years, bam, there it is, out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
Uh,
And
I
it
know.
actually
I know.
happened really out of nowhere, right? I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
so
I mean it. I think because if you look at Russian economy, they didn't, even though all those sanctions and everything. I don't think that they were affected by it a lot. I think the Russians were planning this for the longest time, but at least us, the public, we didn't know about it. It was unexpected for us.
the Russian economy was definitely booming, by the way. It was definitely
Yeah,
booming. It's
yeah,
doing
yeah, yeah, yeah,
really well.
yeah,
It's probably one of the
yeah,
best performing economies, like maybe after
yeah,
what are the like stock market wise, like after Turkey maybe. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, they did really well, and they like all these or you cannot buy oil, or the EU cannot buy oil or gas anymore, right?
Yes,
Uh,
yes,
they
yes, yeah.
found other customers, right? Just like India, they just bought it for half the price. So like,
hmm
and then they sell it to us. So
I mean, right now all the valves are closed for Europe. Do you know how Russia is selling gas to the Europe?
I mean, I've heard this through India pretty much. We have bought gas from India, so
Yeah, but Europe's main gas is coming from Turkey now. So what Russia said was, we are going to sell it to Turkey. Turkey is going to sell it to you. So like Russia is not selling it as cheap as it was before to Europe. Turkey is getting a markup, of course, from there, getting a bit of a commission there, and
yeah, of course,
Europe is getting it
middleman.
more expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Everybody profits except Europe.
yeah, literally, it's like European. I mean, yeah, this is basically like everybody's like the only negative side that is faced, like the only side that is facing negative sides of this trade, all this whole war, is Europe actually.
So obviously, I think contributes again to what we talked earlier with the declining economy in Germany, or just terrible economies in Europe, right? It's like, I think like in general was like a shot into the knee, or like
Yeah,
you shoot yourself in the foot. But yeah, again, like I think, of course, you're like 80% up now,
yeah.
with Rheinmetall. Um, it would have been my best performing stock that I've ever sold, by the way.
That's that's
So
that's that's your issue. I always tell you, never sell,
yeah,
always
yeah.
buy.
Yeah, but it was interesting when I bought Rheinmetall, right? I bought it before the Ukraine-Russia war. So
Yeah.
my thought process back then was, oh, no way it's gonna happen. Because like
Mm.
back then I was like, and I think a lot of people were like, not really saw it coming. At least in my
Yeah,
mind, I
yeah,
was like, and then I sold literally the weekend before the invasion. And when the invasion happened, I think Rheinmetall jumped 40% in one day alone.
yeah.
So that was crazy. But yeah, again, I think you're going to be fine with the stock for the next couple of years.
Yeah, I think so as well. Like, I'm gonna hold it. Like we always say, no matter what countries do, whether they're going into a war, whether their neighbors are into war, no matter what, whether their economy is crashing, no matter what, nearly no country is gonna decrease their defense spendings.
No, no, not about, not in these days at least. And
At least, yeah.
I think it's gonna increase, and then maybe a prolonged period of peace will then reduce like the ones for armaments, I guess. If you understand
hmm
my point. Okay, we have 30, 40 years of peace. Maybe then they decrease the military budget. But then again, that it will repeat itself.
That
I
doesn't
assume.
really happen, does it?
Yeah, yeah, it will
There will
repeat
always be
itself.
conflict. We will always have Middle East somehow.
Yep, we love to do it, I guess. And the only
Yeah.
way is to profit while doing it, I guess.
So let's keep talking about Ukraine, and then I wanna move on to UK defense companies because I believe that they are good buy right now as well. So European leaders, including UK Prime Minister Kai Starmer, they are going to meet, including NATO. They're going to meet in Paris tomorrow. I don't know if, but like, because the thing is, US and Russia, they are ready to start with the peace talks. But let's be fair, Europe needs to have a chair on the table as well, because it's their neighbor. They have a saying in it. So they need to give some insights as well. They need to do something as well. I think they are just going to try to protect EU in general or Europe in general, because UK is going to be there as well.
Hmm.
And let's see what's going to come out from there. I'm actually quite interested. Let's see, because in terms of, I don't want to say UK, but at least EU takes the longest time to decide on something. Like the bureaucracy is just too slow. Like, there are memes about Germans fixing a puddle on the road in like 3 years.
Yeah.
Like if I were to just go there and fix it, it will just like take 2 days.
It's true. We had that's, I think we touched on this last time as well, how long it takes for European governments or to decide on something and actually like be on the same side. It's crazy, especially like opposing parties and such.
hmm
So yeah.
So let's see what's gonna come out from there. And this was an article from Financial Times. I don't know. I'll take a screenshot here, anyways. I don't know if we can put Financial Times, like as because you need to pay for it normally,
Oh, I
But
think I'll
let's see. Let's
link in the
put it.
description or something. Maybe
No, no,
somebody
no.
can
We
put.
can just like put the headline like Europe scrambles to respond as US and Russia prepare for Ukraine peace talks. I think we can just like put
Mhm.
that screenshot like that. That should be okay. Even if we don't put it, it's okay. That's like just focus on the meaning what we are trying to say.
Yeah.
And also, I wanna move on to one UK defense company, which I believe is a good UK defense company, and I think I told you this company, and you kind of fell for this company as well. And this company is, what do you think that company is?
BAE System.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're talking about BAE System. Yes, sir. Yes,
yeah,
sir. I mean, it's like pretty much the only one I know from the UK.
yeah. So
Um,
BAE Systems, their price is going right now in like 1228,
mhm,
around 1200. I am waiting for more like 1100, 70s, 60s, maybe even 50s to buy. But I want to buy it because if you like, they are doing well, in my opinion. Their free cash flow is decreasing, especially in the last quarter. In the Q4 of 2024, it decreased a lot. But I don't know if you know, but UK companies, according to London Stock Exchange rules, they don't need to report their earnings every quarter. They can do it only 2 times in a quarter,
mhm, mhm,
2 times in a year. And
mhm,
BAE Systems are only public in London. So in the last quarter, which was the quarter two of 2024, their free cash flow decreased, but their revenue is increasing. Earnings per share is quite stable. Their cash and debt, they have a lot of debt. Sorry. They have more cash or debt. I'm checking it right
Currently
now.
more debt.
This they have more debt, right?
Currently.
Their debt is more, but I believe that in general, like compared to Rolls-Royce, I think BAE Systems are way better buy at this
Mhm.
point because yeah, that's what I'm going to say about BAE Systems. Actually, do you have any comments on that or?
Um, yeah, honestly, financially, it looks like a pretty healthy company, really.
Yeah.
Nice revenue growth, nice cash flow growth, at least over the last 5 years. Net
Mm-hmm.
income goes up, EPS, earnings per share. The only thing that is a little bit um, is the debt, because recent quarter, if I see it correctly, debt was around 12 billion, maybe
Hmm.
13 billion. Yeah, uh, I don't know. It's like 20% of the revenue. I still think it's still fine, right?
Yeah.
But then again, it's higher than the net income. Uh, so yeah, I don't know. Like I like companies which don't have debt. I don't like debt too much. I prefer
And
higher free cash flow.
the PE ratio is 20.54, price to sales 2.98. Sorry, this is Rolls-Royce. I'm so sorry. I was looking at a different company. Sorry, I wanna check BAE Systems quickly. But yeah, I believe that it's a nice company in general, better than Rolls-Royce, I feel like.
I don't really know Rolls-Royce. If I would compare them, I can. But then you
And
got
okay, so BAE Systems PE ratio is a bit higher, price to sales lower. So price to sales is 1.53. For Rolls-Royce, it was like 2 point something. For Rolls-Royce, PE ratio was like around 20, and for BAE Systems is 21.
yeah. If you look at the financials, I'm definitely more attracted to BAE or BAE, whatever you want to call it. Um, it just looks healthier, right? And I think
Yeah,
Rolls-Royce has a little bit this unpredictability, like cash flow might be high, might be low, earnings per share. Yeah, the only thing would be the debt, but yeah, I think it's fine.
yeah.
Honestly, still, it's a good company.
I do you have anything else to say about defense companies? Because I wanna move on to one more company from UK, and then I'm done.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like Lockheed Martin is the only one that I'm looking at currently.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
no. And Lockheed Martin has been dropping quite a lot.
yeah.
They have dropped to 52-week low.
I will have to check. Sorry.
Ah,
Um,
you're looking at your
yeah,
keyboard.
yeah, it's not the best placement. But yeah, it's been really dropping. It's been really dropping, and it's at a
Yeah,
current nice resistance as well, maybe, or potential resistance.
yeah.
Um, PE ratio 18, so it would actually be cheaper than BAE Systems. But yeah, again, wait, I would have to check as well the financials. I would love to. Um, phew,
Are you checking it?
yeah, I mean, looks fine, I guess. The revenues
Yeah.
has a nice growth, but I suppose they love that as well a little bit. But on the other hand, it's a lower percentage of that compared to revenue, I suppose. But yeah, they're pretty similar,
Yeah,
I think. They're not that
yeah,
far
right.
apart. Yeah.
I mean,
But yeah, I don't know
you're
if
going to see.
if Trump is really like a positive indicator for Lockheed Martin. What do you think? Or like,
I mean, he wants to finish. He wants like Israeli war to end, Ukrainian war to end. But as I said, like America is never going to stop spending for military.
there's an interesting statistic. I don't know, maybe you've seen it, but since the creation of the United States, so when was that?
Hmm.
1792, 84, something like this, right? That was the
Yeah,
Declaration of Independence. The United States have always been a part of a conflict apart from like
yeah,
30 to 40 years of its existence. So like they do love war and conflict, and they're always involved in everywhere, right? I think maybe
yeah,
you can look that up if, but yeah, so probably it's gonna bounce back, right? And
yeah. Most likely. I mean, you're
conflict will
gonna see
happen.
it, and
Yeah.
that's what I know. I mean,
But
let's
yeah,
see. I hope all the wars end, but yeah, at the end, these are these. And I wanna stop the topic. Like, I wanna end the topic with wars. If you don't have anything else to say,
no, I'm good. I'm fine. Let's continue.
okay. So I really like bank. shares. I really like bank stocks.
Mhm.
Barclays dropped in the London market like hell this week.
Mhm.
From £314 to it closed with £294.
Mhm.
And I saw this as a buying chance, but I didn't because my radar, if I want to buy a bank right now, I want to buy Bank of America. I am waiting
Mhm.
for that. And this is the only thing that I wanted to mention. Also, I also want to say, I believe bank stocks are going to be one of the best because Trump and his team, they have been only talking about deregulation, deregulation, deregulation. We want to deregulate things. We want to deregulate things. When you deregulate things, bankers make the most money out of this.
I agree, actually.
So I believe, and I don't know if you realize, but German banks, especially like Commerzbank, Deutsche Bank, they have been all like this week, last week, only all-time highs.
Yeah, my I was actually talking to my dad because he owns Deutsche Bank stocks,
Yeah.
and he reached the plus again for the first time in, I suppose, the last time Deutsche Bank was at that level, which is I think 6, 7 years ago, maybe. I don't even know, maybe even 10 years ago. I don't know the graph that
Yeah.
well, but yeah, um, he said most banks are doing really well right now, and I talked to him a little bit about this with the why is that? But yeah, I don't know, man. Like I thought like lowering interest rates maybe less beneficial to the banks, but I don't know. Like I'm not
I
really into
mean,
this banking as well too much.
yeah, I know. I mean, we are going to see, I guess. That's what we can say, and we can say that we are going to see. And other than that, there's not much to say about this, I feel like.
Yeah, the
But bank,
deregulation I think
but
will
but I
definitely
feel
help.
like in this S&P 500 run, banks stayed quite cheap.
Yeah, I agree. Yes, I think it's one of those sectors which are a little bit undervalued and
So that's why I am
haven't caught up.
looking for Bank of America right now to buy, and I am going to buy it. I'm just waiting for it to drop a bit more because I think, I mean, it's not expensive. I don't believe that it's expensive. It's just expensive for me. I
Mm.
wait, like watch the like. I obsess about the price, and I
Hmm.
try to buy it from the deepest possible. But yeah, that's it.
Nice. Let's hope that happens, right? We
Yeah,
catch the
hopefully.
dip.
Other than that, I don't have much to say. If you want to continue, please take the seat.
Um, yeah, I don't really have a lot. I mean, I touched on it earlier a little bit. I want to talk to about China a little bit because, like
Hmm.
the DAX, 15% return at the beginning of the year, broke some important resistances, 200-day average on the Hang Seng. Alibaba has reached over the $120 mark. I'm a big Alibaba fan. It's my biggest position
Yeah, I know. I know.
for some reason, and I bought it really, I bought it high really early in my early investing days. Just like as a backstory, didn't really had too much experience. I know, I'm sure in the first couple weeks
Yeah,
and
no. Yeah.
months, you try out some stuffs with investing, and yeah, I bought into Alibaba quite early, and then took the whole China crash with me. Bought into it more, but yeah, it's looking really, really interesting now. Like I know
I mean,
maybe I say it a lot,
yeah.
but the Chinese stocks really, if you look at JD.com, Tencent, Alibaba, they've really built out a nice bottom, like a nice
Mhm.
solid ground now. And maybe the bottom is finally in for China stocks, and
I
I'm
mean,
very
to be
optimistic.
fair, right now with the DeepSeek news, China started to become really popular, which I'm not against. But what I think
Yeah, yeah,
about
of
China in
course.
general. We talked
Yeah.
about this last episode as well. I don't want to go into that much, but Alibaba, right now it's like nearly 26 PE ratio. Next 12 months, expecting to be 1307, and in 2026, it is expected to increase a bit, which is 13.28, which is not that much of an increase, but still increase. Alibaba, feel like is one of those companies, even though it is a Chinese company. I don't think that you can really go wrong because it's a huge company.
They do a lot as well, right? They cover a lot of sectors as well in China. Again with the AI thing. I honestly, even though Alibaba went up this high, right, recently, the weeks, I don't really know if it's the deep sea copy or their own AI, which whatever they made, I don't even know. I don't even know
Mhm.
the Alibaba AI name. But I think, their revenue is still constantly growing. They have an insane amount of cash, and they've had it for a while, and they've been investing it, I think, and it starting to pay off. And
Yeah,
like Alibaba, Tencent, JD.com, are all stocks that I hold, and they're all financially really good looking. They buy a lot of
yeah, yeah.
share
I
back
agree.
program and stuff like this. Free cash flow is good. Net income is growing again. Thank God. I think that's the best. I mean, it's been declining, but yeah, they made a really nice comeback, and I'm
I
really
agree. I
eager to
agree,
look at them.
100%.
I'm really eager to look at them in the future. Let's see. Let's see
Yeah,
what it
100%.
brings.
It's just for me at least, China is still China.
Yeah, of course, of course.
But that's it. That's it. But if you, yeah, okay, that's it. No, I thought about saying something, but no, it's not that important.
But yeah,
But yeah,
maybe also maybe I want to mention that maybe Trump. I mentioned it last time as well. Again, maybe he has a positive effect. I think like Trump, like when he came into office 2017, it was a fabulous 4 years for the Chinese market. Even though the
mm,
general consensus is like, oh, Trump don't like President Xi Jinping, or they have bad connections. Trump is always America first, tariffs, America
yeah,
first,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Which like in the simple mind would mean like, oh, um, there will be a trade war maybe. But I think he's actually quite good for international relations, and he likes to keep the international relations, as you
Yeah,
see.
he actually does it. Like he gives off these like really radical statements, but at the end he's always ready to talk
Yeah, yeah, he's
and do the
always he
best,
likes,
not
yeah.
only for US, but also do the best globally.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like.
Of course, like I think a really important factor is like Trump is the president of the United States and
Yeah,
Xi Jinping is the president of China. And just
yeah,
because you disagree with either of them, right, doesn't make them go away, right? They still exist. One country, largest
yeah,
economy in the world, and the other country is largest economy in Asia, right? So there has to be some cooperation. You cannot just block each other out. And I
yeah.
think Trump is always open for like discussion, and I think that's positive for the market. And yeah, I don't know, not much to say. I'm eager to see what happens in the next couple months in China. I definitely think there will be a drawback short term wise now. I think all the stocks went up way too fast, way too quickly. So I think
They did. They did.
Alibaba can definitely drop back down to $100. So yeah, let's see
I
what's
mean,
happening.
if it drops, not gonna lie, I I might think of buying. I would 95% won't buy, but I would at least like think about it.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I bought Baba, for example, at well, I started buying quite high, right? But my most recent boards were at like 70, $65. So those buy-ins nearly doubled already, which is nice.
mhm.
But yeah, if you really want to say, oh, I want to have a China investment, then you might as well invest in an index which covers the nice tech companies of China, and then I think long term might be nice, but then you don't have to worry about singular companies in China, which might be a high risk as well, right? But yeah.
Yeah. Before we end, I kind of want to quickly scan through the earnings calendar of next week, which is between 17th to 23rd of February. So on
Yeah.
Tuesday there's Barclays.
Wait, can
On
I?
on Monday, I don't think
Uh,
there's many important companies, at least the ones that we follow, I would say.
honestly, for me, next week is a little bit meh because there's not much happening, in my opinion.
The Barclays is quite important, I feel like, on Tuesday.
Yeah, Barclays for
It's
you.
a bank, yeah.
Baidu,
And on
HSBC as well on Tuesday, right?
on Wednesday, no, on Tuesday, I think it's something else. On Wednesday, they have the real earnings before
Okay.
open.
But there's 2 times
Uh,
HSBC. Okay. Okay.
I think that's one. The other one is like some other things related, but I think the real earnings is on Wednesday. I'm not sure, but HSBC is good. Like they are full of English banks. Tuesday and Wednesday. On Thursday, there's Walmart. Walmart is quite an important company, in my opinion.
Walmart,
And
great, yeah.
other than that, I can't see much that we should be following.
For me, actually, if I look deeper, I have a really interesting company. I wanted to talk about Coinbase last week's earning quickly as well, if you don't mind.
Oh,
But
yeah.
but
Please, please.
here we have Baidu. Baidu is
Uh
a
huh.
Chinese, pretty large company. I don't own them, but they're quite interesting. Like a little bit like the Walmart of America, to see how
Mm.
consumption or consumer uh, I don't know, consumer ideas right now, how they act, right? Um, what else did I see? Baba has the first quarter earnings next to
Mm-hmm.
Walmart on Thursday, which I did not even know. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but that's interesting, I think, for me. And on the other hand, what's something really interesting is on Wednesdays, a company that I've seen before. After close, it's called Toast. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I
Uh,
can see it, but I don't know the company.
yeah, I've never mentioned it, maybe a couple months ago, but I've seen it really develop nicely. It's a company that does the payment systems of restaurants in the United States. So they do all the transactions, and like this, pretty much you tap your card on their payment system and with tipping and stuff like this. And yeah, it's a really interesting company, especially because restaurants have such a high turnover rate of business, if you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like 70% of all restaurants go bankrupt within the first 2 years or something like this statistic. So there's a nice turnover rate of getting new customers. Really interesting concept company. Um, yeah, I just want to mention that one, I guess.
No,
Otherwise, from this coming week, not much. Eager
I
for
don't see
Baba.
much. Yeah.
But Vici Properties maybe on Thursday after close.
I don't know. Not for
Ah,
me, at least.
it's one of our YouTube guru. He
Yeah,
has
yeah,
it.
yeah,
He
yeah,
has it.
yeah.
It's a company of his
Yeah, I know.
portfolio.
I know.
Yeah, maybe for the real estate market, it's maybe a good indicator, right?
Yeah,
Could be
I'm
at
not a
least.
big fan of real estate. That's why.
Nah, same. I don't think I have a single one in my portfolio. But yeah, otherwise, cool stuff. Not much. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, the banks, right? They will, they will happen. Let's see what they report. Um, Should be interesting.
Yeah, let's see. We'll see. Let's see what's gonna happen. Okay then. Shall we end it?
Shall we end it with Coinbase quickly?
Oh yeah, you wanted to talk about Coinbase.
Sorry,
Sorry.
sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
Go for it. Go for it.
We're nearly at the hour now, shorter than last
Yeah.
week, but yeah, Coinbase was insanely good, insanely good, and the market reacted really up and down. Was really having its day after earnings. It went down like 6%, then bounced back like up to 3-4%. But then the next day after earnings, it was down, I think, 8%. So, but yeah, revenue beat year to year, up 150 or 140%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, beat it. It beat both expectations on my stuff. 128% surprise on the EPS, earnings per share, and revenue surprise 23% according to Google Finance. So crazy beat, and yeah, I don't really know what to expect from why the
I
market
mean,
took
you
it
have
like this.
Coinbase. I have the cryptos themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Okay, so Coinbase, in terms of volume of trades that is happening in the Coinbase website or like their platform,
Mm-hmm.
it's not extremely high.
Mm-hmm.
So there are better and lower fees in the markets, like Binance is one of them, Bybit is one of them. Coinbase, for whatever the reason, is just really liked by the Western world. US or like SEC allows ETF owners to buy it from Coinbase. USDC coin is, I think it's their coin. I think USDC Coinbase, right? I
Mm-hmm.
think USDC is a stable coin of Coinbase themselves. I'm not sure about this, but I think it was like that, something like that.
Yeah, neither do I.
So in EU right now, you can nearly only use USDC. They banned USDT as a stable coin.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really use it in EU anymore. So Coinbase seems like they have a bright future. Not gonna lie.
And if I don't know, I was really happy with the last quarter earnings report, and yeah, revenue went up crazy as well. They love making money. I think Coinbase is one of those companies makes huge amounts of money. And what's really interesting is I think that debt, because virtually last quarter they pretty much erased all the existing debt, and yeah, I think like I'm looking forward. It's currently it's my best holding position, Coinbase, at around
Mhm.
100%. I've held it deep in the minus before, right? It was like at minus 70% as well.
Yeah,
So it's one of those stocks. I can't blame it if it drops like $100. Like for I like it's an overvalued stock, and but I'm pretty positive with the crypto market. And yeah, revenue increase, net income increase kind of shows it. And yeah, I think it's more and more people are trading crypto, and I think Coinbase might not be the cheapest, but I think it's a pretty safe place to trade and a respected place to trade. So I think it will have a customer base always, kind of.
it definitely has a customer base.
So yeah, I'm positive for it, honestly. So we shall see. We shall see.
I mean, let's see. I don't really have much to say, not gonna lie, but yeah, let's see what's gonna happen. Crypto market has been really pessimistic, so I don't want to say much about crypto market because I might use a lot of curse words. But yeah,
Yeah, it's a little bit
uh,
sideways right now. I think like how we talked like
yeah, it is.
last week, stagnating, building resistances, or just like sideways movement. I think it's fair, like it can drop, it can go up another 50%, but I think you gotta give it a little bit of time. And now the crypto market is sorting out weak holders who cannot or do not have the patience to hold, and maybe a lot of people selling, and then I think it will go up. I'm really positive with crypto.
I
We'll
mean,
see.
hopefully, I want it to go up. I believe that it's gonna go up, but because I'm in it, because I actually have like actual money in it,
Yeah,
it doesn't feel the best.
of course, of course. But then again, if you get 100%, 200% return in 1 or 2 years, um, it's
Unit.
fine if you take a year without any return, right? And the crypto
Yeah.
market stagnates. And I think it's healthy as well for the market. So it needs that. It
Hmm.
cannot have this 200% growth every year.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
we shall see.
Yeah.
We shall see. I'm very positive.
Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, from my side, nothing else, honestly. I think we covered quite nicely everything. And yeah, I think we can call it here.
Yeah. Okay.
Was
Then
nice.
thank you for watching. I guess
Thank
see
you.
you in the next
Ciao,
one.
ciao. Till next episode.